This is DaviD TaL. This is the BaLaGaN connection, and this is another chapter of what is true and what is false. And I have a whole series of subjects that I wanted to talk to you about, but then 2 days ago, something happened that kind of shifted the whole and kind of put the whole true and false narrative into a very distinct picture. 2 days ago, we were informed by the Palestinians that Israel bombed a hospital in Gaza and that 471 people died. And boom, the whole world went berserk. Israel, why are you bombing hospitals? The EU, the UN, Arab demonstrations all over the world. And this happened just a couple of hours before Biden landed here. And everything kind of blew up about this. And everybody believed that Israel had done it. Everybody thought that the truth was that Israel bombed the hospital. It turns out that that was false. And everything that we know today points evidence-wise to the fact that it wasn't an Israeli bombing. In fact, you can see a jihadi missile coming out of Gaza, exploding in midair and falling on the hospital. It was a misfire by an Islamic Jihad missile. And we've got the video evidence. And actually, the video evidence was shot live on Al Jazeera, which is an Arab network. And then Israel comes out and says, we've checked, we don't use that kind of bombs. And you look at the place where that bomb impacted, you can see that it wasn't an Israeli bomb. And then we actually published a recording of a conversation between two Hamas people who said, wait a minute, what happened? And the other one said, it was a missile that was fired out of a cemetery behind the hospital. It killed all those people. He says, how do you know? And he says, the shrapnel is not their kind of shrapnel, it's our kind of shrapnel. And again, you have this recording where the Hamas realizes that it is an Islamic Jihad missile. It was a misfire. And here's the thing. The world buys in to the falsehood. Everybody accepts the falsehood. And even when Israel comes out with concrete evidence, the video, the recording, the crater, the way, I mean, every bomb expert can see that it is. Everybody says it wasn't an Israeli bomb. The world still accepts the falsehood. And then today I heard somebody say it doesn't really matter if it's true or false. What matters is this is going to impact the discussions that's going to be taking place because the king of Jordan canceled his meeting with the president of the United States because of this bombing. So it doesn't matter if the bombing is done by Israel or was done by Hamas. It's already impacted the political situation here. And what I'm trying to say is this, and we're going to be talking about this. There's much more going on here than just a war on the ground and the war of narrative. And what we're going to see more and more is a war on truth, on the concept of truth, the idea of truth. And for those of you following, this is going to be, I think, mind-boggling because truth is under attack right now. Nobody cares what the truth is anymore. Nobody feels what the truth is anymore. And in a world where everything is relative and everything is on a spectrum, everything's gray, there's no right and no wrong. And what I'm trying to say is there is a right and there is a wrong. And in Israel, we're going to be fighting that war. So this was a chapter about true and false. The fact that we have evidence that Israel didn't bomb the hospital doesn't even make, that's the truth, doesn't even make the headlines. The fact that the false narrative has been accepted and is impacting people, impacting people's lives, that's a part of what's going on. So tune into this. We'll talk more about different truths and different falsehoods, and we're going to fight the battle against the deceiver. This is DaviD TaL. This is the BaLaGaN Connection. This is true and false about a hospital in Gaza. Hope to see you soon.